Wait, waiting for host. I am the host. Okay, maybe just reload because sometimes. There we go. I'm like, that's the first sound, like waiting for host. I am the host. Welcome to the live streaming live. Okay, let me clear it. Test 1, 2. Hey, welcoming Eva, Marquise, Yoga. Ooh, Eva, okay. Thank you, Squirrel Dig, Muso Patty. Thank you for all your presents here. I know somebody tried to do a weird raid thing on me. A weird welcoming Honey. Thank you for the follow, Honey X Girl. Karina, Taekwondo Master, Grandmaster. Thank you for being here. And welcome back, Nikki. Test, 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 test. 1, 2, 3. Lisa N, Q. I love doing all these sounds, but these sounds are possible because of something inside, which is love. And sometimes people expect love to just only be gentle, but sometimes tough love is what people need because people are too damn comfortable with their 2-day Amazon shipping nowadays. Too comfortable. We don't even have to talk to each other. We just order food from the phone. We don't have to interact. And it makes us disconnected quite a bit. But this is just our modern day reality that human beings need more connection that's deeper than social digital, right? So when I'm on here, we're having a digital connection right now, but I'm making an effort to make it authentic from the heart and real. Because oftentimes when we're online, we pretend to be somebody we're not. Right? We have a persona. And same thing in person, right? When you meet people sometimes, hey, how are you? It's just like, don't waste my energy. What's up? You know what I mean? Sometimes we act giddy, but when we're hanging out with the real ones, we don't need to be giddy. We already know what's going on. And so as I become more happy in life, you just, you keep your circle small because a big circle is hard to maintain. But spiritual community is different, talking to y'all and engaging on authenticity. Ooh. Hey, welcoming Mega Ape. Authenticity is something that I look for in life, in everything. When I'm speaking, my tone of voice, is it fake? What must I do to, because there's fake authentic, which is really there's a lot of politicians and bosses who try to sound authentic, but you're like, this is political authentic. It's coming off, but people are not dumb. We're so professional. Like we're such a sensitive being that we can see through the BS. We can read between the lines unless we get deceived somehow by alcohol. Because right, when you go to the club, the bar, when you're drunk, sometimes she's a little bit cuter. He's a little bit cuter. The bar's a little bit darker. Right? When you go to the Coachella, we dress to impress. We go to the rave. It's dark, right? But in our everyday life, Some people just do not like what they're doing, do not find the gratitude in what they're doing. And this is what makes our life unfulfilled. That we have a blessing called a job. We don't even have to. We may not like our job, but we can find gratitude in our job, you know? Some days, you're not going to like your mom, but you still love her. You know what I mean? Some days, you're not going to like your boyfriend, your girlfriend. Some days, you might not even like the things you do, but you have to still love you because you're doing your best to be a better you. And some days, you're an a-hole. Some days, you're just really negative, whiny, pouty, and you wonder why people run away when you walk around. Right? Are you an authentic human being? What does it mean to be authentic? What does it mean to be real? Let me bump the lighting a little bit here. I used to be a videographer, so that's why you see the production value of this is because my old life, wedding videographer. Nikki says, I'm me, good, bad, and ugly, I'm all of it. Eva says, telling the truth, living by our values. What does it mean, brothers and sisters? Authenticity. Do you feel that I'm authentic to you? Do you feel that I'm genuine with you? When you think about genuine people, what's a value that they have? Telling the truth, right? Integrity, honesty, consistency, trust, trustworthy. Vulnerability. Oh, I think at the core of authenticity, there's something called vulnerability. I think that's really the core of it, because when you're authentic, when you're doing something that's not perfect, you reveal about it because you realize nobody's perfect. But when people pretend to be perfect, yuck, that's some celebrity thing. And you know that Hollywood celebrity stuff, you know that's all freaking marketing. The amount of, the amount of smoke, mirrors, boom, pows to get you to follow. That's all marketing. It's all marketing. But people need marketing. Why? People like pretty, shiny stuff. Human beings always fall for pretty things. But is it authentic? It depends if you have been hurt falling for pretty things. That's why I love this stuff, man. When you have been hurt falling for what you think is good for you, but it's actually not. Integrity, yeah. It's like, when do you stop chasing unfulfilled relationships that lead to breaking up, sadness, like over and over? When do you become more mature? when you get humbled by the truth, when you've been hurt, you start to realize, I'm tired of being hurt. What must I do to find happiness? But some people just carry the pain and live in misery. I hope that's not y'all. Mega Ape says, just being natural and honest about your life and with yourself especially. Muso says, walking the walk rather than just talking the talk, integrity. Do you think authentic and genuine people are common, uncommon, rare, or unicorn? What would you say the rate of authentic people that you meet? Common, uncommon, or rare, or more unicorn? Like, wow, I don't meet many authentic people. What can you say about that? Matt says rare. Welcoming Melissa. Uncommon but do exist. Heather says unicorn. Judy says rare. Who's that? Stephanie's here. Okay. Authentic people are rare or unicorn. Eva says common for me. I met a lot of actors in Tampa, Florida. Mega Abe says probably rare, but I feel like we all have the potential to be authentic. Eva says, I try to surround myself with authentic pals. I also say that it's common for me, but it's common because I don't have a lot of acquaintances. When you cut out a lot of acquaintances, it's because you're paying attention for authentic. When you cut out acquaintances, you make room for authentic people in your life, which is rare. So you can have a bunch of friends, which is a common group, and you can cut that main group out to make room for a few authentic people in your life. And it does grow in group, but there are some people who are so good at disguising, but they're manipulators. So the way you define authenticity, it evolves. Okay, let's read here. Melissa says, I think they're authentic in their own way, but not in alignment with what I feel that I can connect with. I surround myself with people that I can relate with on a more personal level with integrity. Okay, I like that. Ooh, articulate. Ooh, Melissa's so articulate. I mean, you can have your own book, sister. Okay. Heather says, I was too trusting. Mine were acquaintances, which led me to a divorce. Hard lesson. I trusted. I am a giver and they were takers. I was the same way. And that's why I'm a teacher, and I help teach boundaries and how to detect inauthentic people who pretend to be authentic to manipulate you. Oh. And oftentimes the way you get deceived is because you're looking at people for more about what's on the outside. Status, beauty, external beauty, muscles, speaking a beautiful tone, serenading to your ears, making you feel like a special girl. And then they get ya. Or a special man. She's too good to be true. Bam. Wah. Muso says, give me quality over quantity any day. Regards, friends. Judy says, I never found my tribe. We can be your tribe. Maybe this is it. It's the beginning of your tribe, Sister Judy. Mega Ape says, yeah, I don't like hanging out with people who seem to have an agenda that they're always trying to use other people as... Let me read. I agree. Okay? I freaking agree. I see so much... in the spiritual community, especially, like, because I'm part of a spiritual community, right? So that's where my focus is at. I see so much of this. Mega Ape on YouTube says, yeah, I don't like hanging out with people who seem to have an agenda that they're always trying to use other people as pawns. And these pawns are new to the spiritual development. And they want to be part of a community. And the thing is, it's great in the beginning. But when you start to see that this person only likes you when you pay money to go to their event, or they only show up when there's money involved, or they show up because it's about them, but it's not about... They say it's about community, but it's more about them than the community and helping people. And oftentimes in those settings, no one else gets to talk. They don't read anybody else's comments. They don't support other practitioners. There's no community involved, but it's more about business. And that makes me... In the beginning, that's what I went to. Healing circles. $20 suggested love offering. A bunch of them, $20 suggested love offering. Wait, hold on. We need to reset. Every time I start going on these rambles about the spiritual teachers, I have to be aware that there could be 30 of them in this stream this right now, and I know that I'm pressing the reset button. I'm aware that y'all are out there, and I love you, but I'm here to speak the truth. That may not be comfortable, but we need to help humanity from the heart and be pure. Because sometimes needing to charge $20 for event limit you from your next gift, your next door, your next chakra, your next development. Because while you limit your growth because you need money from people to help them, you need your brand to be popular. You forgot unconditional love. You forgot God. You forgot the ancestors. You forgot to help everybody as your family. And this is why it makes me sad that so much healing is being hidden behind a paywall. So much. Why? Because it's not authentic healing. It's conditional healing. Nikki says, I'm blessed with a long circle of authentic friends, wouldn't trade them for the world. Heather says, lost my ex-spouse and 3 beautiful sons. Yes, all of that got me. Melissa says, external beauty can only last so long if inner beauty is not there. This is mature people talk. That's why I like Insight Timer. A lot of kids on Twitch, they don't want to hear all this crap. External beauty can only last so long. Because why? Because that's exactly what they're doing. We go to the gym to work out for other people. We put makeup for validation. And when we put makeup on and when we have abs and pecs and biceps and triceps, big arms, and nobody notices us. But nowadays, They just want to hit and run, just get it in and out, on to the next Tinder relationships. You. Now, I was in that in the past, but I'm here to remind people that there's something beyond that, which is true happiness and genuine love. Lisa Ann says, I'm in a season of aloneness. Okay. She didn't say loneliness. Aloneness. Thank you. Sagria. Welcoming Mr. Weird. Okay, I know you. He says he's been 10 days sober and zero desire to smoke. No more suffering, no need to numb. Okay, beautiful. Keep it up. 10 days is still early for, right? We can celebrate that. But I'm looking for a month from you because 10 days is cute. But congratulations that you make it this far. Judy says, people lose their authenticity trying to please or manipulate others. Amen to that. Mega Ape says, yeah, I don't like hanging out with people who seem to have an agenda that they're always trying to use other people as pawn. Okay. Read that. Got 3 chat. I'm reading a ton of chat right now. Nikki says, let me see here. No, Lisa Ann, I'm in a season of aloneness and there's nowhere else I'd rather be. Only 2 people. Just recently re-establishing relationship with a estranged brother and 1 friend I've known since childhood. Rekindling. Healing your family is so important, brothers and sisters. But what's more important is healing yourself. Forgiving. When you feel the pain and you feel the burning sensation, when you think about the past and it burns you, you have to learn to have compassion because the flower of compassion, it heals the burning chakra and helps your chakra to open. So when you're thinking about something and it triggers your throat, gets stuck, your heart, that means your chakra is blocked there, and to heal it, you must let go. But to let go, you have to have compassion for your abusers. You have to have compassion for yourself because you've been holding on to this negative energy that's blocking your chakras and is unhappy. But when you forgive, what happens? Your eyes change, right? For the people in their head a lot, what happens? You get to see the rolls on their forehead, right? The people who naturally chill, sometimes, oftentimes they don't have the lines. Why? Because when you're in your head all day, right? But it's okay. This is called a battle wrinkles, because life ain't easy. And sometimes you're not aware of your body and your action. But when you relax your eyes, when you have an awakening and it's authentic and you continue to heal, your tone of voice changes, your eyes changes, and you know when to speak firmly. Nikki says, I know a life that does that. The person just talks the entire time and never engages. I checked 3 times to see this. It was about ego and not the spiritual community. I got really bugged when I went to events where the people did not have a voice, because are we about the community or is it about the teacher making money? Oftentimes the teacher talks a lot because they're trying to show spiritual authority, which means they're trying to show authority because why? They need to give value. So it's not about community, it's about giving some knowledge and value, but doesn't always result in wisdom. And that is really difficult because a ton of people is trying to give people value, but not wisdom. They're giving knowledge, but not wisdom. Because wisdom, if it was that easy, we would all be part of communities that we feel this. But it's difficult, and that's why we have to help each other and do it with a pure heart. Kiara says, my chakras are blocked. I'm struggling with myself lately. You want to open your chakra? How do you open your chakra? Are we really going to go down this rabbit hole? It's not easy. But talking about opening the chakra is very, you can say, superficial. Because I've already told you how, but you don't believe it deeply. Forgiveness and letting go is how you open it, of course, right? What's getting in the way of your energetic flow? Holding on to some BS. My ex-husband, he dumped me. My ex-wife, she used me. My ex-boyfriend manipulate me. I'm still angry. But it's more of a quiet story inside, and it's stored inside our body. So for the people who don't forgive, when you look at their neck look like the Great Wall of China. A hard stone, right? For the people who overwork themselves and they don't know their purpose, what happens? Their shoulders are up to their ear because they're overworking and they're not paying attention. For the people with no purpose, what happens? Overweight. Am I telling too much? Right. So everything, there's an energetic reason to everything. Yes, we can make social reasons. McDonald's, low-income family, uneducated, all these social reasons. But all these social reasons leads to a spiritual reason. Why is this person obese? Why is this person have an autoimmune disease? Why? Like there's so... But opening the chakra requires a lot of faith. And many people, sometimes we know so much about our suffering, but not know enough about our blessing. Some of y'all know too much about why you're miserable, and you don't know enough about what is your blessing, what is your miracle, what is your positivity. And that's why your life is miserable, because you're just a professional negativity-er. You're sipping too much negativity. Switch the drink. Ew. How do you sip positivity? Thank you for my life. Thank you that I'm breathing. I could be worried right now, and I know I have things that I need to deal with, but let me make sure my energy is good first before I move forward. Because if I move forward being in my head trying to figure out my problems, I'm just not going to create more problems because I'm trying to figure out my issues in my head. And whenever I'm in my head trying to figure out my issues, it's just walking in a circle. But you got to ground your mother effing energy. Some of y'all doing too much. Some of y'all are so ungrounded and you know it, but you pretend you're grounded. That's called BS. That's why I don't deal with fluff. People who talk a lot of fluff. Right? If you don't like it, just go to another stream. Because this is for mature people who want to do real work. Right? That's why I'm really straightforward. But I do my best to be grateful. Okay, reset. See, Manjushri want to come out and swing the sword, cut the ignorance. I'm like, okay, how about some Kuan Yin energy? Welcoming Carla. Nikki says, like I said in a prior live, we have to learn we are the drivers of our own life. Some like to drive in reverse. Some don't like to drive. And others go where they want. Flashbacks are a trip. Mr. Weird says, I don't know why I was miserable until last week. The year of the dragon has unfolded, brothers and sisters. And if you don't keep your energy grounded in the year of the dragon, you're going to get burnt by your own ignorance. This year, you're going to be the main issue. It's always you, but this year it's going to be amplified. Be responsible. Take charge of your life. It's time to believe in yourself. It's always time, but this is a good excuse to love your damn self. Lavender Viking says, I always grew up with focusing on the negativity. Your life will always be negative. And me too. And that's why I teach positivity and honesty now. In the spiritual community, there's too much sometimes fluffy spiritual, like love and light everything. And all these people know about spiritual bypassing. We pray for positivity, but we're not practicing positivity. Welcoming Laura. Welcoming Sherry with the bird. Oh, from Canada. Thank you for the recent follow. Rucoast. Dark Lord Sif. Andrea says, speaking of driving, who else is going to the art car parade in April in Houston? She says, Tanette, I wrote you a message asking about any events you have around that time. Every Sunday, we gather 2 p.m. at the park. Here is an announcement. I'm creating a 10-foot copper pyramid that I just bought from Lowe's because God told me it's time to amplify the energy. So I'm in a process of creating a 10-foot copper pyramid, and people need symbology. What we're doing works really well, and so every Sunday at 2 p.m. at Manil Park, we gather and do sound healing for free. Clear energy outside. But there's a location called Unity of Houston, which is a giant pyramid that can fit 300 people. And that's where because you have to learn how to work with the mainstream energy. Because me showing up at the park is very free-spirited, but we have to learn to respect the ancestors in the mainstream, which is, if you're coming from a Catholic or you're coming from whatever background, you have to learn to respect that lineage. Right? I'm not born in America. I'm born in Thailand. But the first place I went to was more of a new thought church. Right? And so that New Thought Church has a giant wooden pyramid, and God's told me, hey, heal people. And so that's the intention, heal people. What does it take to heal? Because many people have trauma. And many people who are spiritual become spiritual because we have a diamond is created in the darkness. I would not be here if I did not go through near-death experiences with drugs, alcohol, sadness, depression, loneliness, not good enoughness, all this sadness. It's what creates a light worker, bodhisattva, angels. Many of y'all are the same. We are gathering, we're listening, we're engaging because we're on a similar or the same frequency in a different, like there's different maps, different places, but the same energy. Or else you wouldn't be here listening to bald guy talk. Cherie says, exactly, you wouldn't know good if we didn't have. And sometimes you have an awakening, you have to be super asleep and have a nightmare. Sometimes to wake up, it requires a nightmare. Because you know why? Human beings love comfort. And we don't wish a nightmare life on anybody. I don't wish anyone had to go through near-death experiences to wake up. But it's a criteria, unfortunately. Or maybe it's not. If you're still here, maybe you're here to fly with me. You're here to fly with the angels. You're here to do your work. I didn't believe it at first because I didn't know what to believe. But I knew that the reason why I did not die was there's a reason for me to be alive, and I did not know what it was, but I was willing to find out. Maybe you are the same way, and maybe you have found your thing already, so keep going, brothers and sisters. I knew that I was just playing, when I was in my early 20s. I'm 35 now. In my early 20s, I was just looking for girls, playing video games, going to the club, the Roxy, and just did not know what life is about, was very sheltered child, did not know what I want to do as a job, career, and all these things, just completely lost. But it's the best thing that ever happened to me. Just keep believing and keep going. Do not give up. When things get, the reason, you know how a light worker is made? Your light has to be tested. When the diamond is being pressurized underground, it's still rough. Just because you feel the diamond, you still have to polish the diamond, and that might be even more, I think that's even more difficult than the awakening is just the beginning. Purifying the diamond, opening the chakra, gaining wisdom, knowledge, being humble, learning to read the energy and all that. That's as you continue to develop yourself, you're naturally going to get gifts. Don't even try looking for the gifts. The universe will show you what you need. All you have to do is pay attention and follow your heart. Paying attention is so big. When you're talking in a chat, I'm paying attention. It's a big deal to me. I'm trying to teach other teachers who are live streamers how to operate to create an engaging community. Because it matters. This is how you grow. Right? I'm bringing quality. I'm bringing the microphone. I'm bringing quality energy. I'm paying attention. So for those of you who are doing it, what can you do to raise your quality? Even the quality of the tone of my voice, it's been curated to create more harmony. What can you do to bring harmony to your life? Maybe you're not live streamer. But every detail matters. Even my outfit, necklace, everything, bald head, the way I speak, the way I joke around, the way I... There's a reason. Everything has a purpose. But I pay attention. Because I didn't use that before. A reset button, right? Lavender King Viking says, I want to share a dream I had last night. A group of friends and I walked into a haunted place and we stood frozen in confusion. I got a massive migraine. My vision went white and I saw the spirits there. I definitely believe it is a message for something. If you don't pay attention to your life, the universe will try to get through to you in many different ways. A dream is the way the universe can communicate with you. Your life is always trying to communicate with you, but right? We're not paying attention. And so this is why many people are so disconnected, because before the age of the smartphone, there wasn't the main distraction was the TV, and that was very limited unless you had cable and digital cable and all these channels. Before, you got bored of the TV. You got bored of watching public channels, and you're like, let me just go look at the sky, or let me go rollerblading. Nowadays, there is so much to do, but so many people aren't even present with what they're doing. And you don't have to be 1,000% present. I think 60% is good. That's huge. If you can just pay attention 60% of the time, you're gonna see you're naturally gonna find out how to make your life work just by paying attention to your damn life. But the issue is, there's a lot of fun games. There's a lot of things to look at on TikTok. There's a ton of stuff on Amazon. God, more shopping, right? And it's fine too, but you gotta know when to put it down sometimes. Right? It's fine that we do everything that we do. It's fine. I shop on Amazon. I'm on the Goodwill auction. I'm looking at flutes right here. I'm looking at all these things. Right? An Amazon block. I'm getting money. Right? But you gotta know, life is trying to talk to you. So the universe says, hey, get money. So I get money. You just gotta pay attention. Laura says, I remember black and white TV when I was a little kid. Damn. She's real. I also remember black and white TV. When I first came to America, my father had a laundromat with the family, and we watched the Houston Rockets in 1995 on a small black and white TV. Right. I think that might be one of the only black and white TVs I really watched growing up. And there would just be 5 to 6, 7 channels. Lavender Viking says, I've been using Temu because the prices are cheap. This is when, again, you can do, we could do all these things, but are you fulfilled with your life? Welcoming Bao Far. Are you fulfilled with your life is what really matters. Because sometimes there's a lot of shopping to do. Yes, you're saving a ton of money. But are you happy with your life? Are you fulfilled? That is more difficult than impulse purchasing. Or maybe just really great purchasing on Amazon. Wow, I got the most amazing deal. The next day, oh my God, I got the amazing deal. What about the amazing life? $50% off. Oh my God, it's 80% off. I got such a great deal. It's Black Friday. I mean, Black Friday makes sense because there are some things on Black Friday, but that's just once a year, people. And then some of y'all don't have money to buy stuff, but you have video games. You buy one time, 1,000 hours of entertainment. You win in video game, but you lose at life oftentimes. That was my reality. I own noobs on Call of Duty. Chopper Gunner. I got the dogs. Black Ops. I played the engineer on Team Fortress. Oh, I own the noobs. So good. I'm making the turret. Ding, 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 ding. It's the same thing. You win in the video game. You lose in real life. You get an amazing deal, but is your life amazing? Is your life good? Are you genuinely happy? Hard questions that many people. It's like when we ask the question, when you ask yourself, what is my purpose? Sometimes you don't even know where to start. But I know I'm about to watch season 8 of Chopped on the Food Network though. Right? We're about to watch football. Right? The chicken wings are coming right now. We got 100 pieces, right? Extra ranch, 4 baskets of fries. We even have cream soda with it. But asking about is my life fulfilled? Stop it with that stuff. Fulfilled life. And there he goes again, asking these deep questions. And that's why I don't hang out with him. Right, that's why I don't hang out with him. Like, oh, there she goes again with the positivity. Right, God, there they go again. Right, with the woo-woo stuff. But right, you think you're some guru? Right, all these insecurity. Like sometimes we delay our awakening, making some BS up. That's human beings. But the dopamine is strong nowadays. The dopamine is very strong. Sugar, strong. High fructose corn syrup, the amounts of meats you could eat, the amount of food you can eat, there's like so many different things to indulge, but you never really ask, am I genuinely happy with my life? No, but I got a ribeye steak in my stomach. Right, I got a barbacoa, right? I got my lengua tacos. Right? It's really difficult to answer deep questions because it requires you going deep within your heart. And many people just don't have time to go deep within their heart. That's why the wise people, what do a lot? They meditate a lot. They contemplate. They ask deep questions, while the lay people who don't ask the questions, they could ask questions, but they just don't. Many people are asleep in the matrix, right? Neo. A few that wake up. It's like a story. So many people in the system, but in reality, they're asleep in the matrix, just following the Groundhog Day, same footsteps, same jobs, right? Same outfit. But they don't think, what's there more to life than just employee? And when you start breaking the system, when you start to speak beyond this, because this is why the dopamine is strong, because when people start to become aware and awaken, we don't buy as much. We start asking questions, and the truth is found. Corruption starts to be seen. People start to stand up because of the truth. That's why when people awaken, it becomes a threat to any system, because every system has corruption. We have corruption in our own mind. But when we start to purify our mind, we start to see all the BS. But it's really difficult to purify the mind, because there's a lot of BS that pains us, people that hurt us, food that hurts us, content that makes us addicted but not add value to our life, friends that are fun to be around but they don't add value to our life, things that help us feel good but that don't lead to a fulfilled life, drugs that help us feel good temporarily but not long lasting, that makes us addicting, video games that bring us fun but doesn't lead to long-lasting happiness. And all of this is a lot for human beings to deal with. And that's why there's teachers. That's why there's apps like Insight Timer. That's why we're having deep conversations that many people are not ready to hear or talk about. But if we're not talking about this, what would I be doing? When you have an awakening, your purpose and your mission, you start to feel your mission. And every day you wake up, you know you have this mission. And every day you don't fulfill that mission or your calling, it bugs you. Most people, when they feel unfulfilled, they don't feel a single thing. But people who want to live an authentic life when they're not fulfilled, it should bug you that you're not fulfilled. Because when you're uncomfortable, you actually find a fulfilled life and help others too. And that's why I'm like this. Because if I'm too comfortable, I may not be speaking like this. I may not try this much. I might not care this much, because it's just comfortable to smoke weed, come home, chill, and just do what's comfortable, go to maybe some sound baths and not. But to think, how can I do more? How can I make a real impact that's not just trendy? How can I actually help brothers and sisters find themselves and find happiness within themselves with who's ready to hear it? Because not everybody's ready to hear it. Ginger X says, I'm so happy that I've stopped smoking weed. I mention smoking weed a lot. It's because it's becoming so bad. It's becoming very legal, and it's becoming very toxic, because now people aren't drinking as much. Because why? The weed's stronger, cheaper, and lasts longer. And it's natural, and all the good reasons to do it more. But it doesn't lead to long-lasting happiness, but it leads to everyday smoking it. Reset. Wee woo, wee woo. Okay, reset. Check 1 2. Test 1 2. Yeah, I just got that flute, so take some time to get used to. Let's see some comments here. Nikki says, I feel it strange because there are so many angry people. I just want peace, and it's hard to when there's so much anger and pain. There can be. It's a natural. The human experience, the Buddha taught us, is a suffering experience. But there's solutions to it. That's the beautiful part. Everybody's going to experience suffering. So we don't need to focus on the suffering too much, because guess what? Let's focus on what must I do to experience joy on a consistent basis. And joy it's just more like how can we find our center where we're peaceful? Because life's not always going to be blissful and joyful, but we can find a center where life is pleasant. Because if we chase the high of life, the down is coming. When we chase the dopamine crash is coming, which means you're going to need another can of Monster, another Red Bull, another shot. You need another Tinder, whatever. Don't even know. Nikki says, I can see that, Cherie. I have had to make adjustments in myself and my environment and how I react. Oh, drop the wisdom, Nikki. Which is a continuing practice to try not to let the anger of others to encroach on your peace. Oh, dang, drop the wisdom, Nikki. Okay, drop the wisdom. I do see what you and Laura mean, though it's very present for sure. You can't change other people, but you can change your perception, which is why meditation helps you to see your options. Also, people who practice being a stoic, you don't let your emotions kick you in the butt, but you have emotions, but you don't react to them because you have a choice. Immature people who are not practiced react emotionally and raise their voice a lot because why? They just don't know better. Because raising your voice is like a crying baby who gets attention, but that crying baby doesn't know they can be happy without crying all the damn time. And that's why those people are very draining. And they are our brothers and sisters who don't know better. And definitely some of them have mental health issues and baggage and trauma. And it's really hard to heal if you don't have a therapist. So shout out to all the therapists and all the teachers out there that help the people find their way, because it's really difficult to heal. And that's why I'm on here, because it's very difficult to just heal and awaken and forgive. If it was that easy, I wouldn't need to have all this set up and speak gently and be graceful and have the reset button, because it's difficult. But it's easier with community, with a sangha. And that's why I love spiritual community and authenticity, because it actually heal. Fake, like inauthentic spiritual community, they just look to do what identifies as spiritual. But the healing doesn't go deep. But what do you get? Sound bath, ice bath, breath work. But we don't want to see deeper. Why? Who would pay for that? To face your trauma and let go? Ew. Welcome to the real work, people. What does it mean to you to surrender to a higher power? Thank you for the... Okay, this is open to everybody, but, make sure it's from the heart. Brother Jeff is asking, what does it mean to you to surrender to a higher power? Okay, so while people answer, I'll answer it, but I'm trying to get other people involved because I'm trying to see how we can feel more connected, how we can do the work together and not just be a cute live stream where I blah blah blah, you know what I mean? How can we do the authentic work? Mora says, follow your blessed, do what makes you happy. Lavender King says, I like stuff I can play in the background while I work or relax. It has very good health benefits. My dad uses it for medical reasons, but smoking, it is really bad. It should be consumed via drinking or eating, yes. But anything can become a bad, yes, exactly. That's my dad. Your dad yells a lot, but I'm reminded myself he isn't a tyrant. He's just a effed up. He's human and has problems of his own. And we need to also have boundaries. We can have compassion for people and be empathetic and feel, understand, have compassion. But we also have to have boundaries because sometimes, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes we just don't want to deal with it. And hey, I love you, but let me just not, I just don't know right now. It's fine that we don't know. Right? It's fine that we don't have the solution, but we have to be open. Right? Because if there's a problem and we're not open to some solution, that problem continues to exist. We don't have to know how, but we just have to have faith that you'll find it. But when the problem goes on for too long, sometimes you have to aggressively look for the solution. What does it mean to surrender to a higher power? Bonnie says, be still and list. Respond from a centered place in your heart, and listen. Be still and listen. Respond from a centered place in your heart. Jeff says, it seems to me it's more about accepting that we are truly powerless to control things outside of our mind. Nikki says, to be in the present and to be vulnerable and to know that something will just happen and a higher power has control, and be okay with it. Lisa Ann only felt surrender to God after learning to meditate and be in the presence. Took about a year of practice. Hey, shout out to Sister Lisa Ann. Thank you. As you get older, it's really hard to create new habits. So I'm glad to see that you've surrendered, because it's really difficult for some people, because human beings think they know every damn thing, and yet they're unhappy with their life. If you know everything, why are you miserable? Reset. What does it mean to surrender to a higher power? It depends on what is a higher power. Do you need to believe in a higher power? But the one thing that we know is that we don't know everything. But the ego pretends to. But the result may not be optimal. It's like, why does sadness exist? Why? Maybe you're really lonely. What does it mean to surrender to your loneliness? You don't have the answer, but you believe that there's a solution. I think to surrender to a higher power is to have faith in your damn self, simply. You're having faith, it's like believing even though you don't know what it is that you're believing, but you believe. You believe in something that you don't know if it's really there, but that faith is what keeps you going. Because you know what? We don't know when our time to go is. But I trust that everything's going to be okay. Or we can just worry every day and like be miserable, right? But I'm less interested in the meaning of surrender, and I'm more interested in the action of surrender. For example, when I'm heartbroken, what is this trying to teach me? To me, that is how I surrender. Instead of just like being miserable, I always ask, what is God trying to teach me? What is the universe trying to teach me through being heartbroken? What is the universe trying to teach me through losing my job, through being betrayed, through divorce? For people who believe in God, great. For people who don't believe in God, great. Have faith in something, people. Because on the toughest day of your life, just simply believing that everything's going to be all right, that is like believing in God. Like you're just choosing to believe in the unknown. The unknown, right? Just and that's why people who are in their damn heads have a hard time having faith, because they need proof to believe in something. But the people who are positive and optimistic, even when everything is going bad, they find a way to be positive and optimistic. And that's why they're a lot happier. And a lot of people, it's really difficult. Why? Because they don't know how to get out of their head and learn to be present. So the people who are in their head, who meditate, realize that there's a dimension beyond the mind that doesn't need to control every damn thing. So realizing that the need to know and to control everything doesn't mean it's not necessary for you to have an amazing life. But is your goal to have a good, happy life? Some people don't know why they're alive. Some people, they just think, okay, 401k, money, girlfriend, marriage. But talks about a fulfilled and happy life is for mature people who have gone through life and have been humbled. Because some people, they need to get their butt kicked by the universe first to wake up. Because why? Some people are so damn entitled, so arrogant sometimes. But that's the best they know. They got the blessing of being able to be arrogant. Some people, they don't have that. Some people wake up earlier because they got their butt kicked, which means your ego gets humbled by the truth. And some people haven't been humbled yet. And so maybe they end up in jail. Some people don't. Lavender Viking says, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know how to answer that question. What does it mean to surrender to a higher power? Because I feel it's different for everyone. It's whatever our higher power is. The reason we ask that question is that when we share our perception, we may be inspired by it. So to answer it, It's whatever you choose it to be. Well, what is your version, right? And some people don't know. And to not know, that is a version. But when you begin to know and you share it, you inspire faith in people because you're adding to what's possible. Because at the end, life is what you make of it. I just use mine to be positive, wisdom, flutes, spirituality, meditation, enjoying my life now. But some people's may be different. But when your life is beautiful and you're proud of your life, you would like others to feel that too. But you know, their thing might be different. But when you share the enthusiasm, the inspiration, it's so contagious, right? Passion and authenticity and love, that's like when it's contagious. The reason I'm like this because my teachers are very passionate and contagiously like wise. And so naturally I just learned the same thing because that's who I looked up to. Kata Jelly says, if I ask God for compassion when angry, upset, etc., it helps me in ways I never thought it could. Give it to God, right? Remember that saying, give it to God. It's like sometimes you've done everything with all your heart and soul that you know, and things still don't work out. You still ram yourself, you still try to break down this door, or you surrender and the door opens. Iconic story, right? You want something, but the door is locked. You try to ram down the door. You try to force it through, but it doesn't work. Because sometimes what you want doesn't actually bring you joy. But you don't know that until you actually get what you want and then realize you're unhappy. Sex, drugs, alcohol, party. That's called the immature years that many people are living into their 40s and 50s nowadays. Why? Because there's a lot of it nowadays. You just gotta trust everything will come together. Bonnie says, my spirit dog sent me a message to connect with our ancestors, and my brother Tanet said, be grateful for all your family, ancestors, and all life. Gratitude takes you to the light of life. Amen to that. That's how I live my life. On the toughest, like, I've gone through near-death experiences after awakening, and oftentimes they're like, induced by psychedelics where I think I'm dying. Even when I think I'm dying and my brain believes I'm dying, my heart goes, if I'm gonna go out right now, at least let me say thank you. But instead of waiting to die, every day, I breathe with gratitude. I smile with gratitude, even though the person might not smile back. I speak. I do the best I can. I'm not perfect, but I do the best. All we need to do is do the best that we can and slowly improve. Right? You gotta slowly improve, because if you feel like your life is not progressing, God damn, figure out a way. Okay, reset. Okay, sassy, sassiness. It should bug you that your life's not progressing, because if it doesn't bug you, your life will continue not progressing. And that's how I used to feel about my life. My life's just not progressing. And it didn't bug me. My life began to get better when I started to take my life more seriously. Many people's issue is that when your life isn't turning out it doesn't bring you joy, you continue to do the same thing. expecting your life to be better, but it just gets worse because you're continuing bad habits that led you to a life that's unfulfilled. So stop hanging out with people like stop. You gotta let go of friends who perpetuate or keep, you keep walking in a circle of unfulfilled. You gotta break the paradigm and try new things, new friendships, new circles, new activities. Right? I tried going on YouTube, Twitch, Insight Timer. Why? Because we're looking to expand, grow, create more. Heather says, I do believe there is a higher power, but maybe not enough so I can get out of fear. Believe in yourself. Believe in love. I didn't believe in God and all this stuff before, but the one thing I was willing to believe is positivity. Believing in anything without seeing it, that is a higher power. Because that higher power is just you believing. But some people, some people don't like the word God. It's all the same, right? That's why I group it all. Allah, Jesus, Muhammad, all the greatness. I make it one thing. You know why? Because that's how great it is. Like it can all be one. But many people want to separate. Okay, this Jesus style, this Muhammad style. I'm like, well, it's all one. Let's group it. But the people's ego make it a threat. Like, right? So that's why I'm gentle, because some people, they're just closed-minded. Or they just come from a beginning where there's only Jesus. Some people, they only grew up with Buddha. Some people grew up with only Muhammad. But I grew up being exposed to many things, allowing me to be open-minded. And it makes sense that everything, like, why would why would God, this grand thing, be just only one religion? It doesn't make sense. But when you talk to religious people, that's blasphemy. Jesus is the only way. Now, no disrespect. But again, if you just look at the basics, how can this holy great God just be one religion? I mean, that's common sense. Like, if you can't get through that first hoop, you're not going to get the rest of it. Okay, reset. That's basics. Okay. Fear stopped me from living until I was 48. Shout out to Cherie. Glad you stopped living in fear. Lucy says surrender. Cherie says if you live a life of fear, you are not living. Amen to that. Jeff says a guy in my AA group says the doorknob was his higher power because on the other side of the door was his sobriety. That's what works for your friend. So shout out. Like, what's gonna work for you? It might not be the same, right? I play the flutes. You might be playing the harmonica. I used to play crystal bowls. I have a set right here. But God's like, expand. Don't be attached to just one thing. So I'm like, okay, Tibetan bowls, giant bowl, flutes. I cannot play the flute sideways. And God says, who told you that? Now I play side, right? Because growing up, I just played vertical only. And then the universe says, who taught you to limit yourself other than your own brain? So you gotta crack open. By the way, I still love Jesus. I mean, I love Jesus still. I love good things in humanity, and I'm looking to unite. Right? I also love the Buddha. I also love you. I love this thing. welcoming blossom, violet. And he or she loves us all, yes. Sometimes I call God it. It doesn't really matter, you know what I mean? Sometimes God is a she, is a he. And some people, again, if it's unlimited, why would it just be one, or it could be anything, right? But yes, God has a masculine, feminine. But this is what I believe. What you believe may be different. It's fine that we may disagree in some things, but we can agree on love. God is love. I mean, if anybody disagree with that, you got the free will too. But to me, to summarize it, it's just love. It doesn't have to be that hard. You know what I'm saying? It doesn't have to be that difficult. Just call it love. I use the word God now because I'm comfortable, and I realize many people understand that word better. But me, the essence and the presence of God, that's it. We can talk about God and Buddha, Jesus, all you want. But when are you actually going to hang out with God and Buddha? We can talk philosophy all you want all day, but when the hell are you going to learn to meditate and actually feel the love in this moment now? You can buy crystals and go to a metaphysical shop all day, buy a copper pyramid, get crystal balls, but when the hell are you going to meditate and be in the present moment now? Because it's all you got. There's just now. But so many people are not here and now. They just talk about God, but where is God in the future? And it's just now. But it's that's when people start to feel weird because they're not used to feeling pure energy in a moment. We just sit and breathe in a holy place called your heart, and you feel Jesus. You feel Buddha. You feel your grandmother, your great-grandmother, the angels, whatever you believe, Mohammed. Everyone believes in all different things. But do you feel what you believe? You love your ancestors. Maybe you love the spirit of your grandmother, but do you feel the spirit of your grandmother? Maybe you have an animal that passed away or transitioned. You love them, but do you feel the love now? Many people that love to chase what's on the outside. They talk about God, the idea of God, but they don't feel the love of God. That's some BS. That's immature. That's why people who That's how I detect, are they authentic? Because the people who practice with authenticity, you can feel the love exuding, expressing. And they're not trying to sound, I'm a mystic of light here in love and light, to feel and there's a difference. Some people are doing fluffy energy, and there's authenticity that when you're speaking, there's just a quiet knowing. And even if it's more expressive, you can still feel the authenticity. But then there's the people open to the cosmic light, and it's just, you're doing too much. Okay? When they're doing too much, you already know there's some BS. How much you charging? $333 for this retreat? Just go on a vacation. Because some people are doing too much as a smoke screen to make money from you. Why? Because some people, they need to get food. Wait, okay. Reset. $111 for a card reading. Reset. Money. Unity home base charges. That's why I do my own thing. There we go. I'm done. Let me comment. Shout out to this is Mystic Quackers, by the way, okay? This is his official name. Mystic Quackers. My wife bought it for me, okay? I let this Mystic Evie borrow it temporarily. Okay. What Mystic Quacker does, makes the stream lighter. Right, look. Masculine and like, right? This stream gives off a yang energy. But it's needed, right? It's a balance. That's why naturally Mystic Quackers made an appearance. And also when I turn the lights off, duck meditation. Mani Bamin. This is modern spirituality. This is the kind of Dharma that we do up in here. Because you know why? It makes people interested. It's not boring. The master taught me. I already knew that, and then the master reinforced that. Is what must we do to engage to brothers and sisters and make this not about just traditional, like, I'm not here to be a rock reading a piece of paper or something, you know what I'm saying? And in the beginning, I mean, I could give off that energy all day, but it's not authentic. We're not here to just repeat the Buddha's teaching and just repeat the Bible verse. That's why the kids not going to church. That's why people are not going to the temple. They just go bow, but they don't learn anything. But you know what they want? I actually have another duck on the side, but I don't want him to steal the show. This is just being cute, okay? Found at Goodwill or a family thrift center. Because it does good sound healing. I don't want Mr. Quacker getting jealous. Okay, see? Don't steal the show. Oh my gosh. I think Mr. Quackers matched the environment better. This one. They can be friends for sure. This one is like the annoying little brother, right? See? Yang energy. Yin. Mustacio says ducks are ugly in a cute way. Reset sound bell. It's okay. I just let y'all know. This one's on the side. Okay, I put it. This is how you connect with people. We get serious, we talk. See, you're right, he stole the... I told you. It's like I could be really serious, talk about chakras, awakening, all this, but we had to... Hey, chúc mừng năm mới. Anh Huy. Thank you. If we can extra points, if we can crack up to net. I mean, that's pretty. I crack. You know, I enjoy laughing because it because I'm aware that when we're talking about something deep, we go very deep, and that's why to be able for y'all to digest, we have to have convenient breaks, right? And that's why I naturally just reset right out of nowhere, because it allows us to have a gap so our mind can digest. So you're learning stuff here intuitively with your third eye and you don't even know it. Now I'm just explaining it to you because I'm planning to stream more. I want to do this. I want to stream for 4 hours more. It's just, again, it's a lot of energy. It's not making money yet, but through live streaming, I'm spending $40 a month for AI to edit the content to grow on TikTok, because I think what we're doing on here is going to grow a lot on TikTok because, well, you know, I don't know, it's just intuition. When God tells you, you know, but of course I'm still going to be on all the platforms, including TikTok, because that's the guidance. And community, I miss it. Yeah, I miss it. It's just right now I'm 3D printing. Like I'm literally, I guess I can show y'all. I'm 3D printing right now to learn. Like I'm cultivating. Okay, I'm monitoring a 3D printing. Right now, my goal is to print these sell 3D printed flutes. It's not just that simple to just do it. That's why. Okay, so I'm monitoring it as we speak, learning about it. Okay, thank you, Jacob, for hanging out with us. So I bought this from somebody, and I'm learning to how can I get to this level and even better, right? This is 3D printed. But I'm not here to promote because I know that, I'm trying. I'm just letting you know my plan. I do Amazon delivery as a job. And with the free time that I have, I'm spending a lot of time serving, like Monday, full day, all of Sunday. I'm streaming on here. And the thing is, God's teaching me how to make money because I love 3D printing flutes. I mean, golly, because anything is possible. If you need help, okay, I'm actually finding a way to create 3D prints because the flute is very simple if you know the basics and you don't need such a complicated program. And believe it or not, I'm using a kid's program called Tinkercad, and I'm actually designing, like I can edit on there, like I made this. But I'm learning to, this is just experimental. So I'm at the beginning stage of making money, and I'm letting y'all know. Thank you for the donation, Lucy. And the reason why I haven't focused on money, because I've been focusing on humanity, opening the chakras, learning to do sound healing, how to be authentic, how, knowledge, wisdom. And then because my master has says, it's fine to make money. It won't corrupt you if you put God first, if you put your heart first. Because I see a lot of people like Joel Osteen, right? All these leaders who put money first and they get corrupted and they, it's not healthy for humanity that we exploit them using spirituality. Because again, Jesus and Buddha did not exploit people for money, right? Did not sell books, did not write books. How do you figure out that? So this one, I just designed it without thinking about, I just make sure it's tuned well, but it's not perfect, right? Just generally having holes here, you can tune it once it has holes. That's the crazy part. Making the holes bigger or smaller, and then you can tune it down here. So there's a smaller hole at the bottom, right? Because before it was not tuned, and then I learned, oh, you can tune it. Lavender Viking says, money is the root of all evil. No, it's not. Ignorance is the root of evil. Because you can use money for good. And again, I'm not here to, thank you, Susie. Yeah. I'm just letting you know I'm walking the pure path. Because if I can have a business that makes money, I can keep the spirituality that what we're doing on here pure and clear and grow the movement of love your damn self. And because that's my master does that. Right? He blesses people, he gives people. It's really hard to find healers who just help people without expecting anything. And I walk the same path because I'm about that life. It's not easy because the ego, it's not just me. My ego goes, what about money? My mother goes, what about money? Right? My, but then imagine to trust to this level. My mother was always worried about, what are you going to do with your life just meditating all day? What are you going to be doing in your life just doing free events? Because a lot of the people around me who are sound healers, they're just thinking about, how can I create spiritual events for people to go to? What I'm thinking, how can I let God use me to unite humanity? Even like when I first started the meditation group, sometimes 0 people went to the meditation group. When I first started streaming on Twitch, there were just 7 people. Like, first it was 0 people, of course, and then it began to be 5 people and 7 people, and it got stuck at like 13 people for a while. That's my beginnings, brothers and sisters. So this is not my first rodeo coming on Insight Timer. I've been streaming for 4 years before coming to Insight Timer. So shout out to all the brothers and sisters on Twitch, because they really helped develop. The reason why we have amazing camera, you know who donated? Brothers and sisters on Twitch. The reason we have an amazing mics, you know why? Brothers and sisters on Twitch. The reason we have amazing lighting, brothers and sisters on Twitch. The reason why it's curated and all of these fine tuning, it happened on Twitch. So when we come onto here, there's been years of work that you did not see. So shout out to all the people that made it possible. I've been thinking the phrase, "Let's love your damn self." That is the motto. What does it mean to love yourself? To appreciate yourself, to forgive yourself, to treat yourself good, to listen to yourself, to pay attention to yourself, to look at what's painful and to look at how can we make it feel better. To accept your imperfection and to realize the perfection. To do something for you without needing somebody's validation. To learn to appreciate you without needing somebody to say, "I appreciate you." To learn to be happy alone and not be lonely. To feel gratitude that you exist today. To realize that you breathing is a miracle because you could be dead. There's so many ways you can, and if you can do, the more the better. But stay grounded, because you can definitely get high on all these practices. I'm so grateful for my life. I'm so grateful for divine. And I was definitely high on it for years. Let's just be real. The reason why I'm grounded today, because there was years where I was just really high on positivity alone. I was following my bliss. I was like, bliss is perfect happiness. So I began to be obsessed with love, and that I began to be really ungrounded as a spiritual practitioner and did a lot of spiritual bypassing. And spiritual bypassing means that you're so positive that you don't even see the issue. You're praying so much, but no result. But you're going to pray harder. And it's not easy to hold others. Like, so now I'm at the level where people respect me a lot, enough to where I can hold them accountable. And if I ever cut off from somebody, it's really it hurts them a lot, because I imagine this, like when people love you a lot, but they're off track and they expect you to love them forever, to teach them to wake up, you're willing to distance yourself from people because they're off track, they're not doing the work. And when you distance yourself from people that respect you, they start to think, sometimes people get angry at me. Welcoming Ainu. Sometimes people get very angry at me for speaking the truth, and people still do, as you can see. But the truth still remains the truth. Sometimes the politics is just stronger. But just because the narrative is strong doesn't mean it's the truth. And that's why we have to be willing to be humble enough to look at both sides. We have to be humble enough to realize when people fight, it requires two people to fight. When people are having a conversation, it requires two people to speak and listen. But immature people just speak at each other. And this is why I make such a huge effort to have a dialogue with you, to really connect with you on a heart level, because it's really difficult. Because sometimes many spiritual leaders just talk at people. They don't listen to people. That's why you see me constantly just reading the comment section and connecting. It's a lot of effort, but this is what it takes to create authenticity. Because if what I'm doing is not authentic, why the hell am I here? That's how much I believe in God, in love, in joy, in genuine people, in doing the right thing, in integrity. So you have to hold yourself to a high standard, because I've seen a lot of fakes. I see a lot of manipulators on the way here. I see even some of my Dharma brothers, they just don't know better. But I still love them, because it's not easy to break from your generational baggage where your mother was manipulative or your father was abusive and manipulative, and people use each other and there's trauma. So to break free from that, it's so much effort. And so that's why I can't be angry at people, because if they knew better, they would do better. But because it's just their ignorance, they don't know better. But sometimes my ego may be irritated, but I don't let it for too long, because it drains you to every day wake up being irritated. Hell no. Welcoming that inspiration. Jeff says, I think it's easier to be humbled by life than to be humbled by humanity. But humanity is absolutely relentless but beautiful. I mean, humanity is part of life, so. There's many ways to be humbled. Some people, they lose hearing. Some people lose a job. Some people lose a limb. Some people lose their mind. But if you're still here, there's hope for you. I definitely thought there was no hope for me earlier on. I just hated my life. I was very miserable and lonely, depressed, and just thought I was very dumb. Because I always thought, if you're not smart, you're just dumb. Because my mother really wanted me to be like a doctor, lawyer, engineer, like a typical, that's what you want your children to be, intelligent and smart. But there's different types of intelligence. Everybody has a different role. Not everybody needs to be a damn scientist. Somebody needs to be a healer, a preacher, meditation teacher, yoga instructor. Somebody's got to cut the grass. We're all working for God. We all have a part, right? It doesn't matter. Everything that we're doing, it matters. Sometimes it doesn't feel that we matter because our ego says, nope, a doctor is higher than a lawnmower, a gardener, right? But but at the end of the day, We should be grateful for what we have, whether you're a doctor or a gardener or an Amazon delivery driver or an Uber driver, or maybe you don't even have a job. Find why you're here. Use your life because you have it for a reason. And some people find it later on because there's a ton of distraction from video games nowadays. It's that many people are having a hard time finding their calling because there's a ton of entertainment, tons of distracting entertainment, right? There's a lot to watch on Netflix. There's a lot of Hulu Plus. How many sports are there nowadays? How many music videos are coming out? There's games on our phone. There's social media apps, Snapchat and filters, TikTok and TikTok filters and social media trends and so many different types of politics, so many types of humanitarian, Apple Vision. Oh God, right? There's so much to get lost in. But are you happy, damn it? Do you feel joy from your damn life? That's all I care about. You can be whatever, non-binary, transgender, be whatever. Just be happy is what I care about, right? You can be a Buddhist monk. You can be a hippie. Do whatever, right? Find what brings you joy and keep doing it. It's that we just make it harder than it seems because the ego says, wah. It can't be that simple. But they also haven't tried either. People complain about things that they haven't even tried. People doubt the universe and God, but their mind has been closed to it the whole time. I was like that. If God is real, prove it. But I said prove it with a closed mind. But when I decide, okay, God or universe or whatever this infinite thing, I don't know what to call, if you is real, prove it. And that is when my life began to evolve because I was willing to be open. In the beginning, I was not open. I was like, man, how can God just be this one dude who saves you? But now I get it. Sometimes a prophet or a messiah, they're teaching spirituality that is so, it's hard to grasp with the everyday mind that people translate what they're saying into what they think it is. But when you start to pay attention to all the mystics, when you start to pay attention to all these masters speak, you start to connect the dots if you have an open mind. Some people don't. They just want only one way. Jesus. Buddha is the only way. Muhammad is the only way. And I'm like, how can this godly, universal, amazing, massive thing just be one thing? And so from that foundation is how I built my belief, and that God, the divine thing, is just pure love. Why not? Right? We can get rid of the word God, but we'll keep the word unconditional love. How about some music? I think that's enough Dharma talk. Let's marinate in the knowledge. I hope you don't mind some mystical flutes in your ears and some smoke. Thank you, everybody. I hope you enjoyed today's experience. The way you can support me is following, subscribing, donating, anything positive. I changed my TikTok name to Guru Tanet. Thank you for all the. Looks like a lot of people enjoyed it today. Thank you for Zap Ross Dower for your Twitch Prime sub for 7 months. Thank you for the continuous support from many people. Thank you, Lucy. Thank you for all the donations today also. Thank you for the engaging conversations and the heart-opening conversations that make us all feel warm. And because it's really difficult to find some of that online. And I just see myself as I do my best to be a good host and be a good curator of conversations, and I just guide, but it takes all of us to open up and guide, because I don't want to be the only one talking, that's kind of boring. Getting y'all to just, by the way, there's about 56 people on Twitch. There's 7 people on YouTube, and there's 316 meditators on Insight Timer, but you don't really know how many is on Insight Timer. It says 316. But what it means is that people are enjoying it. That's what that means. And because if you don't do a good job, they won't watch. Y'all won't be here if I'm not doing a good job, 316. Oh, that's that verse, John 3:16. Even though I'm not Christian, you see that everywhere. So shout out to all the practitioners all around the world. Thank you, Kathy, Ann, Lucy, Q, Heather. My goal is to bring more of this. I'm using AI to edit it, I'm using AI to edit a 2-hour-long talk, because ain't nobody got time for that. I got stuff to do. And thank you for. I'm just glad that I'm just glad it's working out. I'm glad it's merging well. Like, I'm glad that these platforms that we're on, it's working out. No, people on Facebook is not as popping on Facebook for it, because I don't know. But where it's working, YouTube, Twitch, Insight Timer, and the goal is TikTok. I'm growing on TikTok. I got 450 followers. I need 1,000 followers to live stream. So my goal is to also live stream on TikTok too. And I feel it. I feel my future. I'm not making a living off doing this, but it definitely helps, to get another flute. You know what I mean? Come on. I mean, this is one of the harder ones, but this one came from Australia. Shakuhachi. Anyways, thank you, Chelsea, Kelly. Let me just go thank some people, the OGs. Thank you. I'm always grateful for my beginnings, because I remember the first time I came on Insight Timer, Tatiana and all the people invited all their friends over here. And my first stream on here had like 200 people, and it's like God's trying to tell you, hey, you might want to invest some time on Insight Timer. And, Wendy and all the supportive people. Now it's growing, and Judith always hang out here. So I see your little pictures, So when I see Suleiman always hanging out here. I see the names, you know. So I'm very grateful. My first time here tonight, sending you. Thank you. Appreciate it. And thank you for all the work that you are doing, brothers and sisters. And we need you out. You know, we need you to keep doing your work. You know, forgiveness, compassion, gratitude, because the world needs light and it starts with you. Tomorrow I will be on with Sister Emily and Brother Sean. And yeah, we'll be on. It'll be more focused on music, and this is smaller. When it's just a solo, it's easier to control everything. But when there's 3 people playing sound healing instruments, it's the best that we've gotten it to. So, but this is the year of the dragon, which is the year that I'm born, and I'm feeling very good about it because I feel useful. You know, and that's a big thing for me. Like I feel that what I'm doing, it works. And whenever what you do helps the world, it's freaking amazing. Like it's you know, when what you're doing helps the world become a better place, pat yourself on the damn back, you know, like, because it's so much effort to get here. You know, I've been on a journey for 10 years now, and my mom, when are you gonna get a job? Why are you meditating all day? Why you have all these sound healing instruments around the house? Like, why are you going? It's not, but now it's starting to like be very solid, you know. So I'm just so grateful, and I logged on looking for something to bring my heart rate down. Beautiful, thank you, Chelsea. The TikTok, there is a TikTok link. If you press command social or command TikTok on. Anyways, I hope you have a wonderful night, everybody. There you go. Boom. That's my current socials, and I hope you have a good night. Thank you. Huron, there. The legendary gamer. Okay, and yeah, so check out my TikTok. I'm growing on there, and it's Guru Tanet, Guru, and my name. Because on TikTok, you have to learn how to use their language. Guru Tanet is the most straightforward thing, because I'm definitely not a monk. Anyways, thank you, Judy, for your emotes. I see you. Elorian, thank you for being here. GingerX, the OG. Panjo. Who else we got over here? Mr. Fraser TV, it's been a while. Sir Longman, it's been a. Thank you for being here. Mr. Weird hanging out, and yeah, that's why I changed my name, because every platform has a different mentality. Right. Because the Mystic Village on Twitch is going to be here. You know what? It's a community. But when I'm on other platforms, it's different. Right. You have to respect the journey, and so I'm just grateful it's growing, and I'm definitely growing on YouTube. Surprisingly, I've been having short videos pop off on YouTube. Anyways, thank you, YouTube. And the more I create, the more it grows. So let me turn off the YouTube.